My fellow compatriots, on March 7th, 2018, you went out in large numbers to elect your new councillors, your new parliamentarians, and your new president. Many of you woke up very early on that day and stood in queues for long hours at polling centers, demonstrating great civility and patience to cast your votes. Many of you, including the elderly, the youth, pregnant women, lactating mothers, and persons with disability, exercised your franchise in a turnout that exceeded 80% in many places. With such determination, many of you showed commitment to the growth of our democracy, and you did so with passion, with conviction, and with a high sense of patriotism. You anticipated a smooth process and a harmonious outcome, but the hitches we experience should not result in despair. As our Constitution prescribes, a runoff is slated for March 27, 2018, which gives all of us a second opportunity to make amends where we have faltered. Sadly, following the announcement of the presidential result, and as we prepare for a second round of this very crucial electoral process, there have been police reports of unfortunate incidents of violence emanating from divisive political rhetoric bordering on tribal and regional differences. From attacks on peaceful students traveling on board a bus to Kono, to violent confrontations between politically motivated groups in Bo City and in Kaningo, Lomli, to an attack on a civil society activist here in Freetown. In Samaya, Bendugu, Tonkolele district, a political party flag bearer was reportedly stoned. In Port Loko, a parliamentary and mayoral candidate also reportedly suffered from politically motivated attacks. In Kailau, reports of politically motivated attacks resulted in arson on properties of perceived opponents. And in Yegeya community in Tonko Limba, Kambia district, attack on students engaged on a peaceful campaign resulted to a loss of life. This is not what we expect at this crucial moment. Having worked so hard, the onus is on every one of us to sustain our hard-earned peace. I therefore unreservedly and unequivocally condemn these disturbing events, and I urge the security forces to investigate and to swiftly deal decisively with anyone responsible for these criminal acts, irrespective of their purported political parties, ethnicity, and region. At the same time, let me entreat all political leaders to tone down the rhetoric and to work towards promoting our national cohesion. In the end, whoever becomes president needs everyone to succeed. Already, parents are anxious about the safety of their kids. Teachers are bothered over the impact of uncertainty on the school calendar. The private sector is concerned about the consequences of insecurity on their businesses, and some members of the public are beginning to lose focus. This must not be the case. And let me assure the general public that in spite of these infractions of breaches of the peace, everything is fully under control. We should all therefore remain calm, peaceful, and law-abiding. My fellow compatriots, without doubt we have come a long way in building our democracy, in consolidating the peace and nurturing a tolerant society. We have held 4 successive elections, and we have acquitted ourselves well. The last 10 years have been the most stable in our country's history. Throughout this period, we have held no political prisoner and no prisoner of conscience. We have not executed anyone. We have respected civil liberties, encouraged a free press, and broadened the civil society space. Our broad-mindedness, our enviable religious tolerance, and our friendly nature characterize our coexistence as much as intermarriages strengthen our nationhood. Ultimately, there are too many things that underscore our unity than those that highlight our differences. Owing to intermarriages, Mendes have become in-laws to Timinis. Konos have nephews. Among Limbers, so do Fullers have nieces and cousins. Among Locos, Kurankos, Yalunkas, Kizis, Shabros, Creoles, and Mandingos and Sosos, we are invariably related one way or the other, or have friends across our various ethnic groups and regions. And we go to the same places of worship. We work in the same public offices and share the same marketplaces. Our children attend the same schools, universities, share the same playgrounds and recreational facilities. Why should we then allow politics to tear down our family ties? By attacking compatriots perceived to be political opponents, you may be hurting your own cousin, nephew, niece, or your brother's or sister's best friend, or your workmate or schoolmate. Political and tribal violence should therefore have no place in our beloved country. Those twin evils do not align with the tolerance we have demonstrated for one another over the last decade. They certainly contradict the accolades we have earned as West Africa's most peaceful nation and Africa's 3rd most peaceful country. Let us therefore leverage on our strength and use our political experience to re-establish our record of a democratic, peaceful, and tolerant nation. During critical moments like this, let us remember that this country has lost too many lives in the past. We have endured too many difficulties, and we have suffered too many reversals. One more life lost will be too many. Any disturbance of the peace is unacceptable, and we simply do not have any more time to waste. Now is the time to move on as a determined and united family towards our national aspiration of becoming a middle-income country. But that is only possible when there is peace. when we accept our differences and celebrate our strengths. At this defining moment, rather than putting the future of our country in peril, we should assert our better values to cement our bonds. To the National Electoral Commission, your constitutional mandate to deliver credible, fair, and acceptable elections is sacrosanct and comes with great responsibility. It is therefore imperative that you put country first over and above all other interests. As you have noticed, the stakes are high, and the unity of our nationhood could not be divorced from your impartiality. To supporters of political parties, it is your democratic right to support whoever you prefer. It is your civic responsibility to campaign and to cast your vote for your preferred candidate. But it is a crime to disturb the peace, to manipulate the electoral process, to give undue advantage to a candidate. Remember, you too have lives. You have a future of your own away from politics. Do not allow anyone to use you to hurt your fellow Sierra Leonean or to disturb the peace. To our international partners, we appreciate your partnership. We acknowledge your support, and we urge you to remain supportive within the established framework. To my fellow compatriots, once more the onus is on everyone to maintain a united and peaceful nation by upholding and protecting lives and property, and by ensuring that no one derails our country's peace. Anyone caught inciting and or perpetrating violence, peddling tribalism and fake speeches, or found in contravention of our laws will bear the full consequences of their action. Once again, remain peaceful, obey the law, and stay out of trouble. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless the Republic of Sierra Leone.